Hi, I'm Baxxx, and how long have I been in this industry? So, I've been doing hardcore content in the sense of doing partnered scenes, if you will, since 2021. I was a solo creator before that, so my first adult digital content would have been probably 2018, 2019, something like that. So I was doing individual sales, and then eventually had an OnlyFans, and then kind of grew from there. So my porn name is my name. My name is Baxter. Friends have always called me Bax for short, so I just added a couple X's for the porn version of it, if you will. If I'm not traveling, ideally I like 6 days a week. It's fairly typical hypertrophy split. So it's gonna be like chest, then back for a little bit of push-pull. Then we have legs, shoulders, arms, and then I do a second leg day if I have time. Oh yeah, so I used to make them because this was back before I was old enough to buy them. Is that bad? Should I say that? And then, so the way you would make it, I found a tutorial on YouTube, is you get a bunch of ballpoint pens, and that's your core. So basically what we're making is a dual density dildo, if you will. So modern dildos have like a solid core, and then a very soft outer skin. So it gets the rigidity of the core, but it has the flexibility of that softer tissue. So you take 3 or 4, 5, 6 ballpoint pens, depending how much diameter you want, and then you tape them all together, that's your core. And then I'd use various layers of like tissue paper and continue wrapping that around and taping it, then wrapping it around. It slowly builds this kind of soft outer layer. And then I would usually use like a sock or some fabric to kind of wrap that all up for a nice smoother edge, and then like one final roll of tape. Then you put a condom on, and it's actually pretty effective. Ooh, that's tough. Honestly, I still think missionary is the best. Eye contact, great penetration angle. I mean, it's very intimate, it's very soft, it's very romantic. I like that. The craziest place? I would say, honestly, the drainage ditch / sewer scene I shot with Pierce Paris would be. So yeah, that was a fun scene. There is, underneath the new construction near where he lives, there is a big drainage ditch. So a sewer, I guess, if you will. But it's these huge, giant pipes. It's well underground, there's no lighting. So that was an interesting scene. So I have 2 OnlyFans. One is just guys only, and then the other one is mixed. And so the mixed one has literally everything that I do. So that's your 2 differentiating factors. It's tough. I mean, as a creator, I like making really pretty artsy scenes. So I just really liked a recent scene I did with Cody Saya up in New York. That was really cool for a boy-boy. There's been a couple of boy-girls I thought were really pretty. The one I shot with Lucky K. Really pretty soft lighting coming in through the window. I love that. I shoot a ton of femdom content. That's something I like a lot in my personal life. Also sells really well, so I'm always happy to do it. But yeah, honestly, a lot of the reward for me is just like seeing people's reaction to content. Like when it sells and people buy it and they message me how much they enjoy it, that to me is really gratifying. That's what motivates me to keep making more stuff. Choice model management, I mean, they're great, man. It's been awesome. We've done a lot of studio scenes, which is cool. I just shot 2 scenes for Falcon, so can't beat that. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of differences. You know, studio porn is a little bit more mechanical in its approach, right? We have a lot more lighting setups typically. Depending on the style of scene that you're shooting, can be very repetitive. So we might shoot like, when I've shot scenes for like Next Door, we might do like 3 minutes of position A. Then we're gonna do that with a different camera angle, so it's gonna get close up. So it's gonna be like, you know, if you're topping, it's like 3 minutes of doggy, then it's like 3 minutes of doggy close, then it's like 3 minutes of doggy from this angle. So it's like, it's very stop and start, and it's very repetitive. For collab style scenes, it can be a little bit of that, but I often try and shoot, like when I shot with Cody Saya, that scene recently that I really liked, it's very much start to finish with as minimal interruption. So it's a little bit more of like a natural sex scene, right? Kind of 15, 20 minutes, just to have fun, make something pretty. So I like both of them because they both have different advantages and disadvantages. You know, traditional mainstream porn, you're getting that higher production value, you're getting better camera angles, you're getting good stuff, whereas, you know, 2 cameras off to the side of the bed, you may not see as much penetration-wise, but you're getting a more natural flow. I don't know, surprised. I mean, I'm a pretty open book. I've never shied away from, you know, answering people's questions about me. occasionally I do some AMAs on my Twitter, but no one ever asks me anything interesting. They're always like, "What's your workout routine?" I mean, a lot of people still think I'm bi, but no, I just like shooting pretty content, man. I'm a naturally very intimate person. I think that comes through a lot of my scenes. So there's a lot of oral and making out and just like soft intimacy moments. And that I have, it's a very natural part of me, so it translates into all my work. But I don't think there's anything too surprising about me. I work out a lot, play video games. Sure. So I'm probably most active on X, which is going to be Baxxx. Baxxx is, my performer name is just Baxxx, but Baxxx is because I couldn't get back because someone already had it. But when I was a kid, Baxxx was a project that I designed for a school project where it was a video game console that could play all the systems at once. So I called it the Baxxx. So I just made that my account name, sort of an inside joke. Most of my social media is going to be either Baxxx or Baxxx. So Instagram is my Baxter Lynn, so that's my name. I'm also on Blue Sky, that's going to be Baxxx, and those are my really primary social medias. So